So this is the box that your riser will arrive in. I'm going to do a quick unboxing to show you what's inside before we head on over to the installation. So once you lift the top part, we'll notice that there'll be a foam piece that can be removed off the top. Just go ahead and put it off to the side. Don't throw it away. You may need to actually use that to place the riser on later on, just so you don't scratch it. You'll find a QR code, which is linked to the installation video, which we'll be posting very soon. Then there'll also be a sticker if you want to rock one, and the riser itself located right here around the edges. Go ahead and remove the riser. Basically, just grab right here. You have to press down and pull it straight up like this. And there we are. You have the riser itself. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way and move this to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next part, which is actually doing the installation. So before we begin, I'm going to take the fuse box and flip it 180 degrees. This will orientate it in the correct orientation as you would see it inside of your 4Runner. This side will be on the fender, this side will be closest to the brake fluid reservoir, and these two tabs will be right behind your battery. So let's go ahead and remove the lid, place it off to the side. Go ahead and grab that foam piece I told about earlier. Take your riser, place it on top of it, and so you can have a nice soft place to place down your riser. So go ahead and check to make sure the tabs aren't damaged, both the two in the back and the one in the front here. Ensure that there's no debris inside this cavity between these two walls of your fuse box. If everything shows clear, go ahead and grab your riser, the two large tab portions here facing the two tabs in front there. Go ahead and take your riser and make sure these 4 tabs here, 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 and here align up with this part here, there, and there. Once we do that, go ahead and just gently align it. It should just start to line up. It won't fall directly in place because it's going to be a very tight fit. You'll place your hands on both sides like this. Gently press down, but don't press down all the way just yet because it's now resting on top of the 3 tabs. Go ahead and check one more time to make sure everything is in place. And then in one big push, we will place your hands evenly here in the center and just press down and you'll hear a big pop. Riser is in place. Now let's go ahead and reinstall the lid. I'm going to push this off to the side. We're going to turn the fuse box sideways so you can see the installation a bit easier. So the installation is basically the same as you would your OEM. You'll basically place it like this, going straight up like that, and just lean it forward like this, and it will fall directly in place. Now, I'm going to turn it forward like this, press downward like that, and you'll notice that it'll line up right here with the front tab. Just go ahead and press down. And you should hear a little click. If you don't hear a click, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure that when you look over here that the locking area has engaged and you'll be good to go. If you do notice that it isn't locking, then go ahead and remove the lid and make sure there's no debris on this portion of the clip here. Make sure it's not damaged either. But if all of that's okay and it's still not clicking in, check if it's been overly depressed downward, because at that point it isn't actually engaging properly with the mechanism here. You're going to press your finger underneath here and push upward very slightly, only like maybe 2 to 3 millimeters of pushing. If you go more than that, there's a potential chance of you actually breaking this tab off and, well, having to buy another fuse cover now. So don't press it too far. Go ahead and reinstall the lid like that, just like we did before. Press down, and fuse box lid is all installed, and the riser as well. So to install a fuse tap and utilize the pass-through features, go ahead and remove the lid off the fuse box, place it off to the side, locate the 2 pass-through channels up front here, take your fuse tap and snake it through those channels, tap whatever fuse you would like to tap, take the lid, go ahead and hinge it, and then reinstall it just like before. And there we go. You have a tap that passes through and there is no modification to either the fuse box itself or the lid. Now I'm going to show you how to remove the riser. Go ahead and remove the lid, place it off to the side. Remove all fuse tabs from the fuse box. I'm going to flip this 180 degrees so you guys can see the removal process a bit easier. Full disclaimer, the riser is removable, but it's not designed to be removed frequently because you're going to end up wearing out the tabs in the back. So just be aware of that. The removal process will start by you basically taking your fingers here, finding your way underneath these 2 large tabs here. Grab here with both hands, peel upwards. I would also recommend that if you're unable to peel it up because it's like really stuck, to place your hands inside it, inside the fuse box, so you have a little bit of leverage. And then just peel upwards like that. The other side over here, same thing. Go over there and just peel upwards. When I say peel upwards, I mean out and up. You don't need to go very far outward. You only need about 2 to 3 millimeters because it's holding on just barely, but it's a lot of material, so you'll meet a lot of resistance. Now that these back portions is loose, don't just try to yank it off. You'll actually break the riser by doing that. Go ahead and move over to the front here. I'm going to change the orientation so it's easier for y'all to see. The next portion here is basically going to be placing your fingers on each side of this portion here like this. On the inside, you're going to place your hands on the inside of the fuse box and you're going to pull back towards you and then up. It'll automatically release the riser like this, and it'll come up just like that. Once you hear it release, just let go, and then wiggle the riser off, and now it's off. Place the riser back on the foam or wherever you want, and reinstall your lid, just like you would normally, and now you're back to OEM.